Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your never humble host, joined by my beautiful co-host, Andrew Teedy.
What? How did I get here?
Coming back for another round, and of course, Quiet Michael.
Hello, Eric and Andrew, and listeners everywhere. Like and subscribe to the algorithm.
I forgot about that one.
God, I love that, man. We are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, Michael has some pictures that are not memes.
Yep, that's what's coming your way, folks. So be ready. As soon as I hit that share button, it's going down.
Cool.
Oh, I missed this.
Does everybody see a picture of my garden?
Holy crap.
No.
Oh, how about now?
There you go. Yes. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Is that the phlox?
That is very pretty.
Is that the
my
phlox?
creeping phlox comes back every year. Yeah.
Love it. I'm gonna buy some of that. Oh,
Isn't it
no,
so cool?
I'm gonna steal some of that from somebody's yard. Oh, I should have stolen some from you when I was up there.
Oh, you wanted to survive your trip to Minnesota.
Very nice.
I'd give you some phlox, man. I got plenty of it. As you can tell, there's 62 phlox plants you just saw in that picture.
That's a lot of phlox to give, sir.
Yeah. Well, I want to remind everybody that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Of course, if you're on Facebook for the Blind, every month is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, no shit.
No shit.
You know, Mental Health Awareness Month, that reminds me, my cat caught a bat inside the house last night.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Not good for my mental health, y'all.
No.
Sure.
Let me tell you something. A symptom of PTSD happens to be hypervigilance. You know what's bad for hypervigilance?
Yeah.
Thinking there might be more fucking bats in your house, or that your beloved cat is giving your other beloved cat rabies.
Never a dull moment with you guys.
Dude, all I was doing was getting my 2 Jellos that I have every night. It's as my little treat for making it through the fucking day, you know? And excuse me, I hear what sounds like a fucking massive rat. And I go in there, and who is it? This motherfucker with a bat pinned to the ground. Was that you? Was that you?
Good kitty.
She's a good kitty. All right, that's all the meddling I have. Let's get to the show. Sorry.
All right. Well, before that, we got to do a patented required process of every single episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about.
We're number 1.
Pressing news.
Pressing news.
So good.
I know. I kind of just love the fact that, you know, we never run out.
Do you remember when it was like a minute, when it used to be a minute and a half long for some reason?
Yeah. It was just a couple things there. Hey, Catman's Anti-Capitalist Treehouse of Solidarity. And if you're not following Catman's Anti-Capitalist Treehouse of Solidarity, where are you getting your anti-capitalism? Has bad news for nuclear war fans, good news for everybody else. India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire. So that's nice. So a war stopped. Yay, right? The Chinese embassy posted this picture after, and I'm using this word, in quotes, negotiations with the United States popped up. Basically, as far as I can tell, they just rolled back the tariffs that they never really put on in the first place, and Trump got nothing in return, much like all of his negotiations. And the Chinese were tweeting this, so yay, fun. Meanwhile, the Tangerine Toddler is on tour in Saudi Arabia. Remember these guys? Oh, why?
Why is that picture haunting me?
What? Anyway, over there with the Saudis, you remember the bone saw people, the bone saw guys, right? So he's over there getting gold and stuff, and just absolute craziness. Everybody just keeps talking about the gift of a gold-plated palace in the sky, and provided by Qatar's Bitch Airlines. Here we see Getting on there. Donald Trump boards a $400 million jet gifted to him by the Qatari government. You remember the Qatari government, the ones that, I don't know, everyone was saying we're supporting Hamas and Iran and the Houthis and everybody that's an enemy. But boy, you give some frankincense or myrrh and this guy just soaks it up. Just a bunch of, anyway, it's craziness. And you guys were military. And when your first thought, you're going to have to like take that thing apart entirely and go through it with a fine-tooth comb just to get all the bugs out. Because they've been renting this to the Saudis. They've been bugging those guys and getting compromise on everybody. And like, they're going to give it to us. They missed some stuff. There's tons of bugs in there. That's my thought. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you only do that if you give a shit, though.
Yeah, that's true.
These people just clearly don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, they already have them in the signal chat. Operational security is non-fucking existent here.
No, OPSEC long gone.
It's so funny. Anyway,
you're thinking of America.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. You're right.
Back
old America
was still around
when they were still a thing. I do miss that old-fashioned rock and roll. Hey, this is a good one. I thought this is fantastic. In Politico, Oregon's attorney general is suing to block Trump's tariffs, and he might win. But he just says there is no rational basis behind what the president is trying to accomplish. It's like, oh, thank God somebody said it. I just keep hearing this in my head. Like, I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but like, we saw a couple weeks ago they ran Alcatraz on TV, and he's like, oh, we should open Alcatraz. It's just like if any random thing passes in his eye shot, then it's a policy. So God knows what happens there. Here's a fun one that I missed from a little while ago. Even Trump officials in the White House are hoarding supplies thanks to his tariffs. Rolling Stones reported that at least 3 administration officials, including one Trump aide, are stocking up on toilet paper, food items, shotgun shells, and other household supplies in bulk.
Wait, I thought my dad's household was the only household that had shotgun shells listed as household items.
Nah, people that work in the White House know what's up. You know what I mean? They're hearing things. Canned food and just amazing stuff. So, if you find yourself hoarding toilet paper, you're in company of some kind. We like to always bring you the comedians news, and this is the 3rd such story that I have heard like this, ladies and gentlemen. Comedian Hassan Piker was stopped by U.S. border agents who grilled him on Trump and Gaza. Oh, you talk about Trump? You do talk about Gaza? What do you talk about when you're doing your little funny thing? So, freaking astounding. And again, I've heard this from several comedians. And yeah, if you say you're a comedian at the border, they will ask you what kind of jokes you sell. So best to have that, dick and fart jokes ready to go, locked and loaded. Have it in the chamber if you're coming back from
done.
Just dick and fart jokes. Now men and women are different. Isn't that funny? Speaking of crazy things, RFK Jr. is a germ theory skeptic, of course, so he decided to go swimming in sewage tainted water. And the National Park Service bars all swimming and wading due to the health hazards from raw sewage, and posted on all the social medias because RFK was down there with his kids swimming in sewage. This is head of our health or something. I don't.
Why did they put this kind of glitch in our matrix? Like, why?
Just to see, what people would take. And you know what? People apparently will take a lot. It's freaking amazing. You can do anything. Incredible Hulk captions it. When you don't believe in germ theory, the world is your oyster. Or maybe your bathtub. And just, oh my God, the commentary was off the hook. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is some of the people in your neighborhood, in your democracy controlling the world. We always like to end off with a nice, fun animal story, and I didn't have one, so I was just like, you know what? Here's Moodang. Picture of Moodang.
Hell yeah!
Remember when we just had a cute baby hippo and just I don't remember even how long ago that was. It was so long ago. It was back like before habeas corpus was declared to be null and void, which was, seems like a long time ago, was Friday. Friday, Stephen Miller came out on the back steps of the White House, said habeas corpus gone. Then he bit the head off a live rodent. It was must see TV. And that is truly all the news worth making fun of for May 13th,
Let me
2000.
tell you something. I would never fucking touch that thing.
Stephen Miller, me neither.
Yeah,
Moo Dang.
he's rough.
It is cute. Moo Dang is cute in memes and on pictures, but I would never. It looks slimy.
Sure.
I would cuddle the ever living shit out of
That's
Mudang.
disgusting, and you know it.
Yeah.
You would
I don't
cuddle it?
care.
Dude.
Quiet, Michael.
I have cuddled pigs. I have cuddled
TD
cattle.
is an animal lover. Michael,
Thank you.
I don't see you as big of an animal lover as TD.
No.
We have a long tradition of glorifying slimy things that look great on film but are disgusting in person, like Miami.
Round one.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna kick off
Are you
round
doing
one.
a round one?
Yeah, here we go. Comes my big long round one. You usually set me up, but here we go. This is a picture of a knight with pigtails, and she's sitting crisscross applesauce reading a book, and it says, "Turns out analogy is not the study of buttholes." Little known fact there. Not reading that one. So if you guys remember, Mike Waltz was one of the guys in the Signal chat. In fact, he's the guy who ostensibly invited the journalist from the Atlantic. Well, he got fired for that. And Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, he tweeted out the perfect tweet in response, and it just says, "Mike Waltz has left the chat."
Nice.
Fucking bravo.
Okay.
Just Shower Thoughts, friend of the show, Just Shower Thoughts, says, "Ribbed condoms don't even taste like ribs." And Gunny Ryan wrote, "Who the fuck wrote this?" Oh, man. This just says, "This helmet." And it's a motorcycle helmet. But it's been... It just... so strange because it looks like a giant head.
Skin.
It just looks so realistic. Oh, it's funny. Oh, so get this. This is some news from thereisnews.com, so you know it's real.
Sure.
Man arrested for putting fake arrow decals on the floor in IKEA and for creating a labyrinth with no exit. Next to that, we see a picture of David Bowie from the Labyrinth, and it just says heavy breathing.
Hell yeah.
That guy woke up that morning and was like, "I know what I'm going to do."
Yep.
Oh, now this is great. So Ivanka Trump, I'll end round one with this because I don't know how many I've done. Ivanka Trump, mortal enemy of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Ivanka Trump. She says she has a picture of herself with that guy who did all the business with the Saudis.
Oh, yeah.
And her husband, I don't know his name. And it says, "The force is strong in my family." She did this on May the 4th.
Oh.
Mark Hamill. Yeah.
Hero of the show.
Hero of the show.
Fucking Luke Skywalker. He will always be my Joker. For
Hell
those
yeah.
of you who
Sure.
don't know. Mark
Sure.
Hamill at Hamill himself says, "You misspelled fraud." The fraud is strong in that family.
God, I
Woo!
love Mark Hamill.
It's like a sick burn, but it's so much sicker because of who said it.
Right.
All right, that's all I have for round one. What do you got, TD?
Oh, hi everybody. Hey, remember that thing we used to do back in the day? The world famous, often imitated, never duplicated short round one brought to you by the dumbest shit I could find on the internet? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that thing.
Nice.
I'll let you know that I found all of these memes on Saturday, and by all these I mean all the ones you're gonna see all day. Because I didn't know I was doing this until Saturday evening when I volunteered.
Nah.
Okay, round one. Kick this sumbitch off.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot this part of the show. I've been in the habit of doing. Oh, for fuck's sake. We have to fix this one in editing, sir. We have to fix this one in post.
No, you're not.
I might.
It
It depends. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
depends on how much we enjoy the awkward silence before
Hey,
the hamster started running on your wheel again there, bud.
wenches, all of you. Katie says not to sully the good name of wench. Gadzooks. Okay. All right. And boom.
Okay, yes, the often imitated, much delayed short round one here. We're gonna start it off with friend of the show. I'm just kidding, I don't know you. Kane Trujillo. We got a new pope recently, and it says breaking: white smoke rises from McDonald's chimney, signaling a working ice cream machine. Here we have a McDonald's. It's probably on fire. Okay, moving on. No, that's my post with the most.
Oh,
No, that's not even this round. You can keep going. Okay, we'll go. Yes, right here. All right, friend of the show. You know him, you love him. Please follow me. The Couchman at Couchman Bakes on the app formerly known as Twitter. Says so. Is the new Pope from Chicago gonna have dibs chairs in front of the Vatican for the Pope Mobile?
nice.
That was my contribution to everyone has to write a Pope joke.
I love it.
Okay, moving on. You knew he was gonna make an appearance. You know him, you love him, friend of the show. Satan. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
It says when I random. Oh, okay. Says when I randomly remember one of my shirts I haven't seen in a while, and it's a picture of Morty from Rick and Morty sleeping, and he just kind of wakes up looking all mad and confused. I feel this.
Where do they go though?
That's it, dude. When I find that out, I will also figure out cold fusion and let you know. Okay, moving on.
I think they hitchhike with the other socks.
Stoner Barbie, friend of the show.
Hey, Barbie.
It's a picture of this very cocky, smiling brontosaurus statue thing. And it says, when they tell you no smoking allowed at the party, so you eat 500 milligrams before. I feel this. Moving on. Spill the memes, friend of the show. It says, when someone shows me a meme I saw 2 weeks ago, and it's a picture of Patrick from SpongeBob holding a mug, and he's got a tie on, and he's looking very unimpressed, and it says, clearly you don't know who I am. I feel this.
I do this professionally.
Right. Friend of the show, No Context Humans, says me takes a bite of the sandwich, the tomato, and it's a picture of this dude eating himself out of car door. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
It's nice crotch hatching and nice style in this.
Yes, it's a very nice little sketch, but yeah, totally eating the hell out of the automobile. All right, moving on. Some dumbass named Andrew Teedy. And I agree, this is painfully accurate. It says, my dad and uncle watching me pole start the lawnmower with one pole. And it's a picture of early 80s tag team, the Andersons. We have Arn on the right and Ole on the left. And yeah, one way I can describe them is dadly.
Yeah.
Nice.
We should be, yeah, here we go. This is the last one I got for the short round one here. Friend of the show, and my favorite Canadian Fletchy at Darth Pengu. Says, some things are worth a warning. And it's a picture of Bert and Ernie. And Ernie has a sock on his nose, and Bert looks like Bert. And it says, Ernie was so proud of his DIY elephant costume that Bert couldn't bear to explain to him why the sock he found under the bed stuck to his nose so well.
Oh my God.
And that's all I got for the often imitated, never duplicated, world famous short round one, brought to you by the dumbest things I could find on the internet, part of the wholesome round here on Facebook for the blind.
Well done. I gotta say,
Thank you.
truly incredible. So good to have you back. Didn't miss a beat. Very
Permanently
Awesome,
back.
Andrew. Awesome.
Not permanently back, and it's the tism, folks.
Never gonna be away from us again.
You're full of it. I will go. I'll go out for milk again.
You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
No, seriously, I am glad that you're permanently back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack the mohawk off your head, dude.
Good.
Oh my God. All right, time to do the thing with the stuff and the ostensibly wholesome round one.
People with ADD have a hard time with transitions.
It's true. Yeah, you should see him try to drive a Segway. Can't do it. Can't. Do it.
I know. We've seen your sets.
Yeah. Scotty Harris says, "Dear comics, you're not going to write a funny original joke about the Pope. You haven't even made your penis funny yet, and you're the only one writing about it." Oh man. TD chimes in with, "What about a joke about the Pope's penis?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Kathy Brennan, stop saying I have a penis.
I love Kathy.
Larry Smith, I went to an open mic in the city tonight. Can confirm. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. He was in Chicago. Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny that it was just like every single comic seemed to have a joke about deep dish pizza. Here we have it. Jeff St. Clair posting an AI generated picture of an American Pope from Chicago ordering a deep dish pizza with Italian priests horrified by this sight in Vatican City, Rome.
I do want to say, we all know we don't eat that shit.
I eat that shit all the
No.
time.
I
love
eat it.
deep
I eat it occasionally. It's not a pizza. It's a casserole.
Okay, for our listeners, it turns out deep dish pizza is popular in Champaign, Illinois. But pub style pizza is for sure the pizza of choice in Chicago.
That thin, crispy shit. I
You know,
freaking love it.
I Nancy's stuffed pizza is super awesome. Nancy's stuffed pizza on the north side, awesome.
Oh.
Dude, Giovanni's, DiGiorno's, Papa Del's, all of them are incredible. That thin pub style crap you're talking about is known as St. Louis pizza. Throw on some Provel cheese and really jazz it up. All right, let's do some irreverent jokes here, and I get through my round one. Several people sent me this. It's the Fisher Price Eat the Rich set, and it's got Fisher Price and lots of little heads, kings and popes and soldiers and kings and cops and little Monopoly man, little heads and little Fisher Price guillotine. It says, "We can't afford to eat cake." Several people sent me this, and I was like, I feel seen. A lot of people upset, of course, that the Tangerine Toddler had posted pictures of himself as the Pope. I don't know. I mean, if that's what you want to tweet out about yourself, I feel like, it's America. It's America. You could do that if you want.
For our listeners, this looks like if I was cosplaying as the Pope. Jesus Christ.
I know, dude. It looks like Jabba the McDonald's icon there. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I thought it was pretty good though.
Ronald the Hutt.
Yeah. I love art these days. Here we have a very classically painted Renaissance frilly collared Christopher Walken. And it says, "What thou needeth is more cowbell." I agree. It was way funnier than it should have been. Like, how did what sorcery is this? Here we have a picture of RFK busting into the Sour Patch Kids factory. "Show me where you make autism!" shouts RFK Jr. Courtesy of The Onion. Oh, and I'm wearing my Onion t-shirt. Wow, look at how on brand is that. That's pretty good. I stole this on the way out. ACEYN reports that RFK Jr. says ADD, ADHD, Tourette's syndrome, narcolepsy, autism, all of these are injuries that I never heard of when I was a kid. And Sophia Benoit replies, your aunt was given a lobotomy for being depressed, so I guess it makes sense your family didn't talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You were wondering who said this. Here is Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, here's what I know. Ribbed condoms don't taste like ribs.
Oh my.
I
Hey,
found
That
I
joke came back twice.
found it.
weird.
You said, I wonder who wrote this. And I said, well,
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I have
Now we
photo.
know.
I photographed
Now
it.
we know.
A couple more here. Here we have a cherub who is apparently vomiting, little baby cherub, and it says, every time a Christian defends Trump, an angel loses its lunch.
Oh God. Those poor angels.
Oh, I know. I feel, yeah. Oh, that's true. The heavenly host. Here we have a picture of an obese tangerine toddler crucified on a McDonald's logo, and it says, praise the Lord.
Bit.
Have you heard the good news? His cholesterol has risen. How weird is that we have, I don't know, what do we call him now? Oligarch? We have an oligarch who loves McDonald's this much. It's just weird to me, We made fun of Clinton doing it, but I don't know, whatever. And finally, we have a cover of Time magazine that has a picture of First Lady Melania Trump, and in bold type it says, ask if she bleaches her asshole. First Lady says, no, he gets spray tanned.
Bit.
Well, like,
That's been the end of my wholesome round. You guys got to see what I got loaded up.
so I'm kicking off round 2 here. The ostensibly second round. And I'm kicking it off with the exact same meme Eric shared with the gummy bears, or what was it, Sour Patch Kids Factory?
Yeah.
Except this time it's show me where you make autism, shouts RFK Jr. storming into Warhammer 40K Kids Factory. He's getting closer, folks. He's getting closer. Next up, oh man, this was by far my favorite meme this week. It comes from Books of Brilliance, friend of the show, Books of Brilliance. It's captioned, the National Park Service employee who chose the verb commit here should be awarded a Nobel Prize in literature. So now let's see what's written. This is on the door of a stall. It's a notice that's been taped to the stall. It says, notice, bathroom supplies may not be available here. Please check the roll before you commit. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
Nice.
Yeah.
No way, guys. I'm sorry, but your response to that was inaccurate. That was an inappropriate response to that meme.
Oh.
Polyoptosaurus. I don't even know what fucking platform I got this from. Polyoptosaurus says, petition to remove the D from Wednesday. Somebody, redacted, replies, Wednesday. Polyoptosaurus says, not what I had in mind, but I'm flexible. Here we have, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And Charlie is wearing blacked out glasses. And it says, I'm going to tell my kids this is Daredevil and the Punisher.
That should not be that funny. Damn it. Oh, did we lose him?
Hello?
Oh,
I'm back.
Okay.
I had to parent for a second.
Oh, okay.
Shithead Steve. Friend of the show,
Steve.
Shithead Steve. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Steve.
Says, was counting my tips and found this. It's just a $1 bill, but somebody's put a B in front of the word one and an R after it.
Boner.
So good. Freak Out Girl, friend of the show, Freak Out Girl, says she feels her body get anxious for no reason. What is it, boy? What do you see? Oh man, I loved this. This is one of those tattoos of the stars where like half of every star blade is blacked out. What the fuck do you call this?
Uh,
You know what it looks like? It looks like a ceiling fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of
That's
looks like
on.
it's the NATO star, except that there's 5 points.
It says, "My life may have been a complete mess, but at least I never got this tattoo." And if you
Hell yeah.
survived the 90s, you understand this.
All right, so I got dumb tattoos, but I ain't got that one.
Neil deGrasse Tyson says, "Evidence that humans are smarter than cats. We don't chase laser dots on the carpet. We're not afraid of vacuum cleaners." Neil deGrasse Tyson is a friend of the show.
Yes.
But a cat named Bitches, also a friend of the show. Handle is @Bitches the cat. Says,
Oh,
evidence that cats are smarter than humans. We didn't elect Donald Trump president, and I don't even need a second point. Atari. It says Atari was wild for this one. This is an actual old ad for Atari. And it's got Stevie Wonder, famously blind Stevie Wonder, who a lot of people think might not be blind, by the way.
Ugh.
Anyway, Stevie Wonder says, they have a quote by him, and it says, "If I could play video games, you bet it would be Atari."
Oh my God.
And my last meme for round 2, the ostensibly second round, is I stole this from this is a friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. What's up, Trash Can?
Hey.
And it's a picture. At first, it just looks like a picture of, I don't know, some like shitty part of town. And it says, "Canadian gangsters be taking it too far." And then you see on the wall of this building is some graffiti art, and it says, and I quote, "swear words." That's all I have for round 2. Kicking it over to you, TD.
Is that how you guys vandalize in South Canada?
Mm.
No. We're American here, buddy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You actually right. Fuck. Okay.
Okay. Whoa. I don't know about that.
Okay, never mind.
All right. It's not Chicago.
Fair enough. You know what? My bad. That's on me. Mea culpa. Okay. Hey, moving on. We're gonna do that thing. Round 2, the inebriated round. Place your bets. Let's roll this motherfucker.
What would we be drinking tonight if we were us if that was happening?
I may or may not have had a very large glass with some Coke and other substances in it.
Boy, back when I used to drink, I like to get that Country Time lemonade and spike it with Jack Daniels and go mow the lawn. That was my favorite summer activity.
Oddly enough, when I'm doing yard work or gardening, that's usually what I'm sipping on. It's something very similar
It's a good summer drink. People don't know.
All right, moving on. Round 1 or 2 or whatever we're on. Let's go. Chop, chop.
Ostensibly second round.
I'm trying to get
what Labune just said.
Yep.
And
the ostensibly interstitial round. Yeah.
You got sunglasses on and it's dark out. Hit it.
Boop.
Okay. Yeah. This might be where I started. Yams cooking yams. I don't know you. Says cauliflower so tired of y'all trying to make it something it's not. It never has to be a chicken wing, a steak, a rice, or a crust. It just wants to live in its albino broccoli truth. Sadly, as a diabetic, I have eaten far too much broccoli crust pizza or cauliflower crust pizza. Try to keep my remaining toes. Okay.
Cauliflower rice is good, though.
It's not bad.
Oh, but it will give you the toots.
I just heard today that Trump's nickname is Yam Tits. So this is by Yams Cooking Yams. So I just wanted to interject.
Oh, okay.
So one of his nicknames is now.
I get it.
I'll add it to the list.
Yam Tits.
Yam Tits. I like it. Was that your name in the military?
Okay. That was not my name in the military, but McDonald Trump has got to be the best.
Oh yeah.
McDonald Trump. That's pretty good. Also like it.
Oh. Sorry. Next. Short cat 123. I don't know you. It says me playing Mario Kart, throws banana. That same banana 2 laps later, and it's a skeleton with weird bug eyes and a mariachi costume going Buenos dias, fuckboy.
Yeah, no shit.
I
Fucking
know,
karma, man.
I feel this. I feel this. All
Nice.
right, moving on. Affairs of the Civil. Okay. So it's got the old G.I. Joe little bit at the end of the show where they try to hit you with a moral lesson after they've just blown up a bunch of stuff.
And morals are half the battle.
Right. It says, remember, kids, beer before liquor, never been sicker. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. And that's just really just a military motto as a
G.I.
whole.
Joe.
Yeah, this is just
Real
telling all of us kids
American
of the 80s
drinker.
and 90s that would fall for G.I. Joe and join the military. It was just basically telling us the universal truth. Yeah.
Dude,
Michael and I both raised our hands. All right, moving on.
It turns out it was exactly like the cartoon.
Oh, just like it. We got a cool nickname and got to shoot lasers. All right, moving on. Midwest versus everybody. Love you guys.
Hey.
They got a picture of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I've been here a couple of times. I know it well. It says the only road in Indiana that doesn't have a pothole. If that ain't the most freaking accurate sentence I've ever heard in my life. God, I hate going back to Indiana. It's worse than here.
Yeah. And then you stop and you get a glass of water there and it tastes like gasoline.
Oh, no, if you go to where I'm from, it tastes like rotten eggs.
Oh, well, that might be better than gasoline. Cool.
We have sulfur. Okay, moving on.
Ooh.
Once again, making a second appearance, my alter ego, the Couch Man, says I just laughed way too hard at this. And it's a picture of a cow chewing on a marijuana plant. Said, why did the cows return to the marijuana field? It was the pot calling the cattle back.
All right, that's a good pun. But
thank you.
Dumb trivia. I actually did know where there was a cow pasture where there was weed growing, and all of the tops were split because if you chop the top, it goes 2 times. There were all this whole stretch of Y plants, and it was like, huh, wonder what causes that. Yeah, they like to take one bite off the top. I don't understand why.
That stuff grew wild in the
one-hitter quitter.
Ditchweed. We just had ditchweed that grew along the ditch bank at the back of our pasture, and the cows would eat that, and it was hilarious.
Do they just take one chop off the top, or is that
pretty much?
What a weird thing! What a strange thing that we all know about.
They know what they need. They know their limits.
Yeah. Crippling things. Acquaintance just met you.
Hey.
It's got a picture of Rhino from like the 60s era Spider-Man cartoon. It says, would you put on a silly hat at the store and wait for your friend to notice? I feel this. I do this quite often, actually.
Yep.
Next up.
Boom.
Laura Marie says, nobody has ever been more surprised than a husband hearing about his wife's plans for the second time. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funnier than it ought to be.
Because it's true. It's the truth is the best comedy. All right, moving on.
Here, you wrote it down. Here's your note in your handwriting. You dated it. It's in Africa.
I want to go on record of saying I don't think Laura Marie told him the first time.
Labune, you'll like this one. My dumbass posted this, and I said, okay, this meme's calling me out, but it's not wrong. It says, random person, are you a veteran? Me, yep. Them, you don't like people, huh? And it's actor Robbie Malek. I'm not sure what this is from. He just, kind of looks up.
Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot.
Very wistfully. He's like, not most of them, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what generation of veteran.
No.
World War II, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Nope, we fucking don't like anybody anymore.
Yeah, yeah. They don't. What you civilians understand? You go through basic training. They take your empathy and your tolerance, and they just remove it and throw it away.
We don't even really like each other. We just go to the VFW so that it's just nobody will get their feelings hurt.
Sure.
Exactly. Like me and Michael can't stand each other. All right, moving on.
Sure.
We're not selling anybody that bill of goods.
I love you, buddy. Friend of the show, Russ Harshside, repost from Unhinged Goblin Posting.
Oh.
And it says, when you failed science, but who cares? You just found some barrels filled with fidget spinners, and it's 3 yellow barrels with the radioactive little symbol on that some bitch.
Barrel of fidget spinners.
It does look like a fidget spinner, honestly.
It's a visual pun.
Yes. Hey, this is Facebook for the blind, after all.
This is true.
All right. Next up, wrapping up round 2 here, the inebriated round. Friend of the show, Chelsea Crookshank. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chels, bells.
She reposts from Twilight Shit Posting. And it's a picture of Robert Pattinson from those horrible vampire movies. It says, but your scent is like a drug to me, and it's a picture of Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The Midwest National Anthem. Yes, I know it well.
I'm surprised we didn't all stand up with our hands.
Right. put our hand going for our wallets. And that's all I got for round 2, the inebriated round. Hey, guess what? Yeah.
I won. I was thinking
it's an easy parlay.
I was like,
and that,
sure.
all right, over to you, Sizemore.
I'm pretty sure. Well, what a fun bunch of stuff that I have to share with you for the ostensibly interstitial round. Is this? Yes. Brought to you by a new sponsor. I'm very excited about this. Meemaw's Country Kitchen Cheese Titties. Crispy cheese.
That's not how you pronounce that word.
Cheese titties. Meemaw's Country Kitchen Cheese Titties. They are crispy, cheesy treats that you will crave. And I'm telling you what, man, I'm looking at their round goodness right now, and I'm thinking, I want to put that in my mouth, right?
I say I would eat them, but I have no those have no official affiliation with me, TD.
See, even though you think you're not blood, I'm sure you are by marriage. Moving on. Friend of the show, Al Nimson said, I heard that sacrament wine's getting replaced with Malort. Kathy Brennan, when we last left off in the story, was angry that people said she had a penis. Now she's saying, so glad you ignored the Scotty Harris ban on Pope jokes, but you were entitled because you survived the system. Scotty Harris says, Kathy Brennan, he wrote this 3 hours prior. Here's in the clear. I want those of you out there, non-comedian, you civilians out there, to know that we have rules. There's self-policing that goes on.
Oh my goodness.
Here we have a picture from Brad Upton, comedian Brad Upton, who is a bald man, middle-aged, white hair, little receding hairline, glasses, and little wrinkles, little crow's feet around his eyes there, and some dimples. He says, extending a heartfelt congratulations to the very handsome newly elected Pope, Pope Leo the 14th. And we see a picture of Pope Leo, and he's a middle-aged man with a gray hair. He's got the little crow's feet and a little smile. Oh my God, they're like twins.
So
I think really similar.
I think this is the funniest thing about the new Pope. It is not just that he's from Chicago, but that he looks like he's from Chicago.
Yeah,
like,
right.
He looks like he's going to come into my house and work on my furnace and go, yeah, that right there is the problem there. He just fucking looks so Chicago, I can't take it.
Yeah. I say, go grab me a brewski. We'll sit in the front room and watch the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
Stop, Pope. You were asking if there were dibs chairs, and here we have a dibs chair, Pope style, holding a Chicago parking spot. So now you don't have to wonder. You don't have to wonder. It's already happened. It's already happened up there. Just south of North Canada. Collider.com has posted this picture of John Wick giving a thumbs up. It says, John Wick, after falling from a building, being hit by several cars, and falling downstairs. And then we have a kid just in pain. It says, me, after sitting in a poor posture for 5 seconds, my back.
Yeah.
A kid, that's Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 2.
It's Tobey Maguire. Also, I just noticed Keanu Reeves' facial hair grows in the same pattern as Gambit's mask.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Gamma
Anyway,
doesn't wear a mask.
meanwhile,
the head thing.
Collider.com has commented, I can't even sneeze too hard.
Yeah.
Or
Neither can Sammy Sosa. You guys remember he was out for like half a fucking season because he sneezed?
yeah.
Well, we had Easter, but I had Easter leftovers. I've still got so much chocolate, and I've got a couple of baskets in the living room. So, in honor of that, and in honor of Easter falling on 420, it says, when you realize Easter is on 420 this year, and we just got a decked out hipster Easter bunny smoking a blunt, which I thought was pretty.
That's what I looked like most of that day.
Yeah. And I was like, you know who's going to like this? TD's going to like this.
Yeah.
I got to save this till TD comes back. Friend of the show, Andrew TD, says this post. It says, me finally gets 8 hours of sleep and then an x-ray with red all around the neck bones. It says, my neck. Yeah, but you did it wrong.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So no sneezing, no sleeping for 8 hours.
No. Not for 8 hours straight.
In a row?
No.
Not getting away.
You mean all week, right?
Not getting away with that, totally. Here we have a picture of Willy Wonka, but he's in the Silence of the Lambs cell behind glass. But it's Willy Wonka, and he says, I ate his liver with some snozberries and a nice fizzy lifting drink. I just liked that it was dark. It was funny. It spoke to my soul. Here we have a picture of a purple ear. It looks like a military medal of a purple ear. It says, the purple ear for draft dodgers who stage assassination attempts. I thought was pretty good. And again, we had just so many Easter memes, so many Easter leftovers. Here's a picture of Jesus asleep and somebody shouting, Jesus, get up, bro. They're shooting kids up at the school. And Jesus says, tell them I'm working in mysterious ways, yo. Here we have a remedial Christian parenting post, and it has an Easter bunny with a basket, and it says, are your children playing with Lucifer's testicles? The truth about Easter eggs.
Lucifer Testicles was my nickname in the Army.
Sure.
Yes.
And let's see here. We have a picture of Mary and Jesus and Joseph in the background, and Jesus says, Mom, where do babies come from? And Joseph says, yeah, Mary, where do babies come from? The irreverent interstitial round. And finally, we have Jesus, and it says, there comes a time as a Christian when you must ponder the question, was Bigfoot on Noah's Ark? And that wraps up my interstitial irreverent round 2. Handing it back to you, Michael, sir.
All right, here we go. We're kicking it off with the penultimate. I'm kicking off the penultimate round with enemy of the show, JD Vance. But Pritzker for president. Here's a picture of JD Vance who looks fat and sad. And it says, imagine converting to Catholicism and every single pope from then on personally knows and hates you.
Very true.
Next up, oh man. Look, you can tell I just screen grabbed this shit from like Instagram Reels or something. So I don't know who I stole it from. But it says, hey man, I heard you're trying to start a band. And it's a picture of like an old-timey band. I don't know, circa 1920s. What do you think here, Eric? 1930s?
Yeah, early 10s.
And it says, hey man, I heard you're trying to start a band. He says, yeah, man, what instrument do you play? And he says, the gun. And look at the picture again. One guy's playing like a xylophone thing. One guy's playing a washboard. And then there's a guy standing back there just holding a gun, just ready to shoot.
Nice.
This is just a picture of a guy wearing a shirt, has the Pope on it, eating a Chicago dog, and it says, stop Pope.
Stop, Pope.
Stop Pope. Moist Buddha, friend of the show.
Buddha.
Moist.
Oh, my.
Keep it
Keeping it Buddha.
He says, why drive 6 minutes for food when I can order DoorDash for $93?
Very true.
Sophia Benoit or Sophia Benoit. Anyway, at one follower, no dad, says sometimes when the weather gets warmer, I get tricked and start acting like I have more money in the bank.
Yeah.
Listen, I just the only things that I really screen grabbed about the Pope this week were things that just looked so fucking Chicago to me. Here, I just want you to see. There's like the Vatican. What's the Vatican Guard? What are they
The
called?
Swiss Guard.
The Swiss Guard.
So here's a member of the Swiss Guard who's
Keeping it Swiss.
keeping it Swiss, keeping it guard. He's standing by the door, and as the Pope walks by him, he just slips him the low five, gives him the low five as he walks by. I mean, this guy is so fucking cool.
Very
I didn't
cool.
even know who he was before he was the Pope. I mean, I guess that's always the case, though.
Oh my God, are you serious, man? Dude, he's from Chicago. We used to party.
It's a big city.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
We were never at the same parties.
dude, we hung with totally the same circles.
Emo is for lovers.
Hey.
Has this 4-part comic, and the first one says somebody's sitting on a like examination table talking to the doctor. They say, "Doc, I feel like I'm getting old." The doc says, "Tell me, do you like mid-aughts emo?" And the patient says, "I love it." And we see the doctor's note says, "Patient is basically dead." Guys, I don't know when my like last meme for this round is coming, so it's just going to be a surprise for all of us.
Oh.
Lana Moore says, "I regret to inform you that my brain will think it's the year 2000 until the day I die." When is 30 years ago? 1970. How long ago were the 90s? 10 years ago. Thank you for your understanding in this matter. I always have to do the conversion.
Yeah.
Every time. You see where we're at. Oh, I think we got one more. This is it. My last meme for round 3, leaving only my post with the most. Can you believe we're already there?
Whoa.
At Aparna Nancherla.
Aparna Nancherla. Yeah, comedian. Fantastic.
Friend of ours.
Yes.
She says, "If you can't handle me at my depression, then you don't deserve me. At my surprise, it's anxiety now."
Oh, word. Oh, yes.
And that is all I have for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. But it's 10 o'clock, so here comes my post with the most.
Aww.
Says me exactly 1 minute into a casual conversation. And this is a clip from the best fucking cartoon ever called Boondocks. And it's Huey, and he says, "And all I'm saying is Ronald Reagan was the devil."
Yeah.
And that's all I have for this show.
Oh my.
Woo!
Kicking it over to TD.
Yeah, that's me. Bye, Michael. Love you.
Love you, boy. Love you, George.
Bye, Michael.
See you, Michael.
Okay. Hi. Round 3, turkeys. Bringing them in. Let's go.
Boom.
Unhinged Goblin posting, making their second appearance. It's one of those little doodly meme guys, and it's one of those vicious cycle diagrams that says, "I meet someone, we talk, I explain the satanic elites are trying to kill us all. They leave."
We've all been there.
Yeah. Okay, next. How about that? Just met him. Says, "I'm curious, what's the dumbest idea you have that you nevertheless believe will, if implemented, make the world a better place?" And some person named Katie says, "If you don't use a turn signal, your car doesn't turn." And Gamer Wife said, "Brilliant." And I say, here.
Sure.
That needs to be implemented into every vehicle yesterday.
I like it.
Moving on. Joe the Animal, friend of the show, know him and love him. It's a picture of a guy standing over a sleeping woman holding a tray of bacon, breakfast sausage, and eggs. It says, "Expert marriage tip. On your day off, bring your wife breakfast in bed. This lets her know it's time for you to make your breakfast."
Katie says boo.
The views of Joe the Animal are not necessarily the views of me, so please don't send me any hate mail.
I hope he's still in the hospital on drugs.
I mean, potentially. He's in there a lot. Work-related memes. It's got a picture of a guy on the ground clutching his chest, and a woman trying to wave someone's attention and says, are you any doctor here? And this guy in a suit with a leather briefcase says, I'm a doctor of English. And the lady goes, you know CPR? And the guy goes, I know the entire alphabet.
That's very silly.
Here we got 3 pompous assholes from that Twilight movie, I think. And it's from my buddy Alexander David Tyus. Hey, bud. It says, me not watching the news because if it's important enough, I'll know about it from memes. And this is basically how I've been getting my news for the last 10 years.
Oh my God, perfect. Sure. Yeah, that's right. This show.
And this show, but just, yeah.
Did you know that RFK was gargling sewage? Were you aware of that?
Yeah, when I saw a meme.
Uh-huh. You didn't send it to me? I love that stuff.
Oh. No context memes, friend of the show. Here we got a little Charmander.
Mm.
And he's labeled my grandpa full of lead. Then we have a Charmeleon. And it's labeled my dad full of asbestos. And then we have a Charizard. And it's labeled me full of microplastics.
None of us got superpowers.
That pretty much sums it up, folks.
None of us got superpowers.
Nope. No. Dad jokes, friend of the show,
Hey,
says
Dad.
it's a 5-minute walk from my house to the pub, and it's a 35-minute walk from the pub to my house. The difference is staggering.
Oh, that's so bad. I'm gonna
It's so accurate.
I'm gonna steal that.
I know you are. Spill the memes, friend of the show. Says when she's in the other room waiting for you to apologize and she hears the PlayStation beep, and it's a picture of Stephanie McMahon looking very, very offended
Mm-hmm.
and appalled.
Nice.
I found it funny. Moving on. Friend of the show, you know him, you love him, Satan. Hail, Satan.
Hail, Satan.
It's a picture of a toilet urinal. It's the identification plate. It says somebody waited their whole life to write this serial number, and it is a serial number 4U2PN2. You know when they did that, they're like, guys, we did it.
This is the cleanest. This is the cleanest toilet humor I've ever seen.
Right, literal toilet humor. Moving on. Once again, friend of the show, Satan. Hail, Satan.
Hail, Satan.
It's their little doodly meme dude, and he's got beautiful colors, vibrant sunset stuff kind of going on in the background. And that's labeled how I expected antidepressants to work. And then we have the doodly meme dude once again, but he has no face, and it's just black and white. And it says, how they really work. Yeah. The guy who's been on more of those than I can count over the last almost 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you what, as a guy who's pretty much given up on all that stuff ages ago, I kind of feel like, okay. Feel okay about it.
Yeah, moving on. Chaotic memes, I don't know you. And it says behind the scenes of Godzilla 1998. And they use a lot of miniatures in that movie. So here we have a one of the prop dudes walking down the street of New York in miniature, so he looks very large. And Membiff, meme BF, meme best friend. That's what. Okay, I get it now.
Oh.
They go, man, why did they just have this guy fight him off? Dude's huge. I mean, not inaccurate. Moving on. That movie was terrible. I didn't like that movie.
I can't remember if I'm certain I saw it. So
it had Matthew Broderick in it, and it just this is the last one I got for round 2. Or 3 or whatever round we're on. It's from Wild TikToks, and it's a picture of Ryan Gosling looking like Ryan Gosling does in every fucking movie. It says saying shut up before skipping the YouTube ad is necessary. I agree.
Oh my God. It's not just me.
I was say that's all I got for round 3. Brought the turkeys in. Hey, Sizemore, do something.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Right. Gonna get on to my round for you. I just wanted to say too, you showed the Godzillas. I'm certain that I have seen I feel like I've seen every Godzilla movie, and my favorite is Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim is the best Godzilla-ish movie. I don't know if you can put that in the franchise or not, but
I mean, it's not Godzilla, but it's in the same vein.
yeah, and it's better than all the.
Well, yeah.
It's like, so I'm like, yeah. So that's my favorite Godzilla is Pacific Rim. It's a good one. All right, right now we got to do the rest of the show. I'm so happy, TD, you're here, and I wanted to ask you, are you following the Star Trek the cartoon, the Lower Decks?
I see very little of that, to be honest.
But
But
you've
I
seen
know
it.
what you're about. I know what you're about to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, you already know about this?
Yes.
Star Trek Lower Decks, and if you're not a member of that group, you are missing out. Has this little screen grab of the captain and her daughter who serve on the same ship, and her daughter is sitting on her desk and very irreverently saying, "While I was visiting the Titan, I started an affair with Riker." And her mom says, "That's terrible. He could be your father." And her daughter says, "Age isn't an issue, Mom. I I don't think you get what I'm saying."
I've watched enough Star Trek over the years that I totally get this.
Hilarious.
We all know Commander Riker, bit of a man whore.
Dude, I think it's so great that there's actually a cartoon that can make fun of itself. It's pretty nice.
Yes.
Here we have Adrian, new acquaintance of the show at Croft34, says, well, he seems like the man for the job. Wait a minute, what's that? Oh God, no, no. We have a picture of the new Pope, Leo, and we zoom in on his hands, and someone has photoshopped in MS-13 tattooed on, because the administration did that. Here we have a picture of Jesus on a clock, and it's captioned, "Jesus Christ, would you look at the time? It is time." And it's time for even more Easter leftovers, because seriously, I just have so many. Here we have a picture of Jesus laughing over the earth, and he says, "Oh, hell yeah, these are the sins I died for." Here we have a picture of Jesus superimposed over Colonel Sanders, and it says JFC. Classic that I believe you brought to the table an Easter or two ago, Andrew.
Yes.
Pastor Alex posts this. Whoever did this is not funny, and an angry face. And we have the 3 crosses on Calvary, except that somebody has put an I and an IES in them, so it spells out titties.
Yeah. I've used this one a lot.
or as the French say, titties.
We're German.
Here we have a picture from the post of Jesus H. Christ, which is a picture of Jesus, and it is captioned, "Taking the day off and getting my nails done," and he's at the nail salon, and a woman is painting the nail in his palm.
That's fantastic.
Moving on, here we have a biblically accurate angel with all wings and eyeballs, and he says, "Be not afraid." And the man he's talking to says, "You trying to smoke?"
Yeah, that'd be me.
Here we have a picture of Jesus Christ's hands with a nail in it. It says his hands look like this, so that mine can look like this. It's a handful of chocolate Easter eggs.
Oh my goodness. I could feel my Catholic grandmother getting
rough. Eric, I hope your parents never listen to this.
I hope they do.
You just jinxed it. He is risen. You know, the kids say risen these days. Yeah. Damn it, man. Now you jinxed my whole buzz. We have a woman spitting out water. She says, "Why do people think Jesus is coming back? He wasn't nailed to a fucking boomerang." Oh my God.
yeah.
I have a lot of these. Here's a picture that says, "Eat this in remembrance of me." It's Jesus holding up a box of Peeps. Rachel Mandick at Rachel Mandick says, "I'm torn between getting my own personal Jesus or getting a large Jesus to share with the whole table."
It's not a spinach artichoke dip. It's the Savior.
And that has been my penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Oh my God, my stomach hurts. Woo! Sorry, that was a bit much.
Oh goodness. Okay, guys. For my post with the most this week, I grabbed a meme I posted a couple weeks ago, and I actually posted it to our little group chat that we have. And because I knew if anyone was going to appreciate it, it'd be Sizemore.
Absolutely.
And it's from my alter ego, the Couchman, at Couchman Bakes on the app formerly known as Twitter. And it says, "Eats an edible. This is weak ass shit." 20 minutes later, and it's a picture of Mitch McConnell looking like Mitch McConnell done pooped himself with a psychedelic background and lots of colors and weird shit. And yeah, I feel this. You can't tell me look at that picture of Mitch McConnell and he doesn't have a load in his drawers. He pooped himself.
You think that's what's causing him to bite his lip like that?
Yeah, he didn't drop it down. He gave himself the old senatorial steamer. And that's all I got for my post with the most. Over to you, Sizemore.
That is lovely. It reminds me of the boat ride with Willy Wonka where it gets all psychedelic.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell, I'm dropping a deuce on Willy Wonka's ride. Sick of that. My post comes from the prior Pope's funeral. You might remember that many heads of state went and paid respects at the Pope's funeral, including the ostensible leader of our country. And he is asleep, and it is captioned, "This is the first time in years that he slept next to Melania."
Yeah.
That was my post with the most. He's got that open mouth too, like you just like a
everything. He looks like my grandfather at my grandfather's funeral.
Right. I mean, I've seen that, and it's always got a.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So sleepy Donnie McDonald Trump, yam tits. This is the first time in years he slept next to Melania. And that was my post with the most, bringing to a close an entire legally, obligated as licensed by the state of the internet episode of Facebook for the Blind, number 206 for May 13th, 2025. Woo! To all of you out there in YouTube land, most of which we've never even met, we love you. Thank you.
Woo! Miss you, Beverly.
Miss you, Beverly. Love you, George. Recording, stop.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.